The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. That would sink in a little bit. Now, that's the Ninth Amendment to the Constitution. And I think the Ninth Amendment to the Constitution is a little underrated. I know we all love the First and Second. The Ninth, following the Eighth, which is no cruel and unusual punishment, is, I really like this amendment because it's like an amendment for you. Now, I say 9 is mine because I say the Ninth Amendment is my amendment because that's how I interpret it. And so the enumeration in the Constitution, what that means is just everything up in the Constitution up to the Bill of Rights, and 1 through 8 to the Bill of Rights even, is really intended to outline and give essentially job descriptions to those in Congress, the Supreme Court, so the three branches of government. When the Bill of Rights came in, as an addition, it was kind of like as a protection. And so the Ninth Amendment, kind of organized by James Madison, essentially said, okay, look, we have all these rights. We're going to give power to these people in Congress. But let's just make sure that aside from that list, this enumeration of rights, let's just not forget that there's others that need to be retained by the people. Now, there's lots of room for interpretation with that one sentence. And what I've done with iSchool is I've just created 9 of values that I consider important that I'm just going to kind of stick to, no matter what. Well, at least valuable to me. So my 9 are, number 1 is time, which I think time is just my most valued treasure. Is I am very careful and cautious about how my time is used, especially as I'm aging, Truth, I'm a truth seeker. That's it, like me or not. And trust is a big one for me, which is, I think that there's a lot of distrust, mistrust outside of this room. I think for a lot of us. And for me, just starting to trust myself, trust my decisions is really empowering. And so that's me. So time, truth, and trust. When I started this a couple years ago, one of the first things I did was to try to get healthier with eating and exercise and things like that. And so balance, flexibility, and strength became 3 of my pillars of my own value system. And then as a personal thing, I've found the love of dancing, which is just moving, drawing, and then dreaming, because I just have a passion for dreams. So these are my 9. And then I like to ask some questions that I think are kind of integral in iSchool, which is to ask some questions such as, does it have to be all or none? Does it have to be either or? Is it more or less of these? So either you do something or you don't. And sometimes that puts us in a very precarious place because we have to make these decisions. And the reason why I bring that up is because I kind of feel like we want it both ways all the time. Like, okay, so let's work really hard to make money, for example. But then I have students contacting me saying, okay, Miss Newson, I have money now, but I don't know how to hold on to a relationship. I don't know how to relate to people around me. So kind of what do I do? So here's my 9. And again, this is following the 8th Amendment, which is no cruel, unusual punishment. So it's kind of coming together. 8th Amendment, no cruel, unusual punishment. I don't think there's a system, well, at least my focus on this institution is that I do believe public education is cruel and unusual, but we don't want to stay focused there, right? I think a lot of students out there are going to agree with me right now on this one. But then what? What do you do? So what I suggest is coming up with your own, maybe 1, 2, or even 3 values. You're welcome to share any of mine. Anything I have is for you students, always. You're always number 1. So I like to say 9 is mine, Ninth Amendment to the Constitution. And well, thanks for watching. And by the way, I don't need likes or dislikes or comments and yelps. Just doing my thing. All right. Ciao for now.